On March 22nd, the city of Port Coquitlam issued a proclamation declaring April 7th, 2022 Green Shirt Day. In attendance to accept this proclamation was BC Provincial Director of Canadian Transplant Association, Kathleen Fleming.
Welcome everyone, and let me just begin by noting that it has been probably about 2 years since we've met in these chambers in person. So I might be a little bit rusty, I'm not sure about others, but I'm really pleased to see everyone and to be back here in person. And we have a number of really important things and some really special groups with us here today, so looking forward to our meeting. Okay, next proclamation is for Green Shirt Day for Organ and Tissue Donor Awareness. I'm very pleased to welcome Kathleen Fleming, the BC Provincial Director of the Canadian Transplant Association, who is with us. Oh, it says virtually, but this is not virtual.
I just flew in for this.
I'll now read the proclamation, and then I'll invite Kathleen to provide us with some comments. Whereas after the devastating events of the Humboldt Broncos bus crash that took the lives of 16 passengers, Humboldt Broncos defenseman Logan Boulet succumbed to his injuries on April 7th. And whereas Logan's parents, Bernadine and Toby Boulet, honored his decision to donate his organs so that the gift of life could be passed on to others. And whereas Logan had registered as an organ donor after being inspired by his coach and mentor, Rick Suggett, who is also an organ donor and saved 6 lives when he passed in 2017. As news spread of the organ donation by this young hockey player, it is estimated that almost 150,000 people registered to become organ donors in the days and weeks that followed. To date, this is the largest number of Canadians registering to become organ donors in Canadian history due to one event. Green Shirt Day was created to honor, remember, and recognize all the victims and families of this fatal crash, and to continue Logan's legacy by inspiring Canadians to talk to their families and register as organ donors. Now therefore, I, Brad West, Mayor of the City of Port Coquitlam, encourage all citizens to wear green, register their decision to become organ and tissue donors, and then share that decision with their family and friends. And I do hereby proclaim April 7th, 2022 as Green Shirt Day in Port Coquitlam.
Yay! So this awareness event and the fact that Port Coquitlam has been progressive enough to proclaim this day as Green Shirt Day is the start of that conversation. So thank you very much for that. We really appreciate it. Both those who have benefited and those who might benefit from organ donation in the future. The organ donation itself is not a tragedy. It can be a really beautiful light in the midst of one. In fact, it might be the only light that that individual will be experiencing because there's something that they can do to help ameliorate somewhat the tragedy of what they're dealing with. We know that 90% of Canadians agree that organ donation makes sense, but only 32% are registered. And we have over 4,100 people waiting in Canada to get an organ, and we know that people are willing to do it. So this conversation needs to happen, people need to do it. We have about 250 people dying every year as a consequence of not having an organ available. We know that you can be as young as an infant, and you can be as old as 104. There's a large range. So get registered. When it happens, the doctors will determine whether or not it's something that you can donate. And it just takes 2 minutes, a very quick process. A lot of people think that they've done it because they've got their driver's license, but that's not the way it works. You have to sign up to do it. We have 25 places in BC that will be lit up. There's lots of media out there telling people to wear green, go to the landmarks. I'll be standing in front of City Hall on April the 7th, and friends asking people to go to their Tim Hortons and get their icing done green on Green Shirt Day. It's just a myriad. So there's lots of ways, and thank you, Mr. West, for noticing the pre-public skate, which will be hosted by Canadian Transplant Association.
Thank you so much. I look forward to the skate. Invite members of council to lace them up with me. That might be a way of getting people out to come see Councillor Collins skate. He taught me how to skate as a former hockey coach. Anyways, pardon me? Yeah, Councillor McCarty, please go ahead. Thank you so much.
This is for you.
Thank you.
This is a Green Shirt Day. This is a Green Shirt Day cookbook. Maybe you can go in your cafeteria here. So last year, our event, what we did was we challenged people to cook healthy meals featuring green ingredients or organ-related, like artichoke hearts, kidney beans. And everybody who did it, they filmed themselves and they posted it on social media. And then we created a cookbook of all the recipes that was there. So it's for you. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much.